A.X.L is a 2018 American science fiction adventure film written and directed by Oliver Daly and starring Alex Neustaedter, Becky G, Alex MacNicoll, Dominic Rains, and Thomas Jane. It tells the story of a teenage boy who encounters a robotic dog created from cutting-edge military technology. It was released in the United States on August 24, 2018 by Global Road Entertainment, received generally unfavorable reviews from critics, and was a box office flop, grossing only $8.5 million against its $10 million budget. A.X.L is a top-secret robotic dog created by Craine Systems scientist Andric to help protect tomorrow's soldiers. A.X.L is wanted by the military, who knows it can be dangerous technology and used for the wrong purposes. Codenamed by the Craine Systems scientists who created him, A.X.L, attack, exploration, logistics, helping Miles gain the confidence he's been lacking. A.X.L will go to any length to protect his new companion, including facing off against the scientists who created him and who will do anything to get him back. Knowing what is at stake if A.X.L is captured, Miles teams up with his smart, resourceful girlfriend Sarah Reyes to protect his new best friend. Miles and Sarah go back to Miles' home, leaving A.X.L somewhere in an old ruin, and tell his father, Chuck, A.X.L, but Chuck tells them to return A.X.L to its owners. At the same time, Sam returns with his crew and burns A.X.L with his flamethrower. Sarah sees the live recording on her phone, and Miles and Sarah both take off to save A.X.L, but are too late. However, A.X.L gives them a location to go to repair him. Meanwhile, a man sent by Andric shows up at the house and demands that Chuck reveal the location of the device that controls A.X.L. Chuck, growing suspicious, manages to trick the man, and demands him to answer his questions. The agent reveals he is looking for A.X.L Miles, and Sarah take A.X.L to a garage for repairs, and it automatically repairs itself for 2.5 hours. However, Andric gets a log on its location and sends his team to retrieve it. The agents arrive and try to retrieve A.X.L while it's still repairing. When it comes online, it remembers its last memories of Sam burning him with a flamethrower. A.X.L runs out to go and kill Sam, with Miles and Sarah rushing to stop it. Sam and his friends are throwing a party when A.X.L arrives to get revenge. Sam tries again to burn him with a flamethrower until the fuel runs out, but Miles and Sarah arrive and convince A.X.L not to kill Sam. An army of Hornet drones from Craine Systems arrive and disable A.X.L. Miles and Sarah are captured and brought to Andric, and he tries to override Miles' control of A.X.L, but fails. When Miles refuses to tell him where the remote is, Andric programs A.X.L to attack Sarah. Sarah is able to convince A.X.L not to attack her by motioning how she drew the feather she drew at the old ruins. Andric tries to escape when Captain Weber shows up, but he is arrested and realizes that Berman contacted Weber and reported him. Knowing they are surrounded and they still want A.X.L, Sarah allows herself to be captured, while Miles and A.X.L escape, but they are pursued by a helicopter. They ride up a mountain until they fall, knowing Miles can't keep him. He orders A.X.L to run. A.X.L obeys and tries to get as far away as possible to self-destruct whilst uploading in the web all the memories A.X.L, Miles, and Sarah had together. After uploading, A.X.L looks at Miles in the eyes for the last time, messaging him goodbye. He then finishes the self-destruct sequence, leaving Miles to be subdued by the military. 6 weeks later, Andric is arrested for violating national security and endangering the lives of civilians. He is visited by Weber, who informs him that A.X.L's code has resurfaced and wants to know what it is doing. Sarah and Miles have gone off to college via the scholarships provided by the military to buy their silence and to keep an eye on them. Meanwhile, Sarah and Miles spend the day at the beach hanging out, studying, and playing with their new puppy, when Sarah gives him an envelope. Miles opens it and pulls out a short note from his dad. Miles reads it, then flips the envelope upside down, and the remote to A.X.L falls out into his hand. Miles asks Sarah if he should try and activate it. The pairing device does, and the A.X.L OS is uploading itself back on their phones. They realize that A.X.L is alive, survived somehow, and might be returning to them.